Hello and welcome to another daily draft. My name is Morgan and I take Magic one draft at a time. This is a Modern Masters Swiss draft. We have a couple of options here. I think I'm going to take the Air Servant. I believe it's the best way to stay open. There's also a couple of bounce lands, but I'm not super interested in bounce lands. Not at this point in the draft anyway. Our rare is Surkar Spellblade, which is worth approximately 0.01 tickets. And whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, you may put a charge counter on it, and when it deals combat damage to a player, you may draw X cards, where X is the number of charge counters on it. Not particularly interested in that effect right now. I could also be a Fairy Mechanist deck, but like I said, Air Servant allows me to stay open the most effectively. It looks like our opponent pulled a rare of some sort. I'm going to take this Dismember. Dismember, 1 and 2 black Phyrexian mana. Target creature gets -5/-5 until end of turn. Very, very good. You can get rid of most of the early game. There's a couple of spirits in this pack, too. Smoke Raiders in here, which would be pretty sweet to go into the elemental deck, especially since my first pick was an elemental, but yeah, we're going to take Dismember. Woohoo, buddy. Alright, so we have a couple of different options here. I think I want to take this Plockworm. Plockworm is the nut. There's also an Aether Snipe, a Smoke Raider, a Repeal, and an Aquastrand Spider. Plockworm is just real good value, though. Although Aether Snipe would allow me to stay more open, I think Plockworm has the higher upside. Especially if we can get into a rampy deck. So I'm pretty happy with these cards. They're all cards that I like to play with. So, which is actually one of the big draws of this format. I can play with cards that I like. So let's see what we get next. I should probably spend some more time evaluating the cards, huh? I've drafted this set 3 times. Yeah, 3 times. Done fairly well each time, so I'm hoping to repeat that, or at least do well enough to pick up a couple more packs and run it back. Here we're looking to pick up no, not particularly interested in that. I think we just want the Helium Squirter here, or like Alloy Mirror, or maybe even Blinkmoth Nexus, although not a huge fan of Blinkmoth Nexus either. I think Helium Squirter is good because it's like in blue, it's a flyer. Excuse me. It's perfectly reasonable. I also could have taken the Dread Drone and moved into black if I really wanted to. But yeah, ooh. Tezzert's Gambit is really good. It's good regardless of whether or not we're in blue. So I'm perfectly happy taking that. There's also Bloodthorn Vampire. Cathodian is just good in general. It's a 3/3 for 3. Skyreach Manta is good if we end up at 5 colors or even 4 colors. So yeah, we're gonna take the Divination with upside. Good with our Graft guy. We got 4 uncommons and a common. That's pretty sweet. Maybe I'm overvaluing Helium Squirter, but I really like it. Alright, let's see what we get in this next pack. Come on, packs. Come on, 6th pick Goif. Here we have a couple of options. Aethercase Knight is fine. Alumir is mana fixing. Don't particularly want Copper Carapace. Wayfarer's Bauble might be the pick here. Waxbeam Baku, Plagued Rusalka are both good in the Spirits deck, but we're pretty far away from that. I think I just want the ramp card. Matt Cariators is another fine one, but I'd rather pick up the Wayfarer's Bauble to enable ramp as opposed to the card that wants me to ramp more. Ooh. There's an Eldrazi temple here. We did see a couple of Eldrazi in pack 1. I'm thinking I just want the rampant growth though. There's also another Plagued Rusalka, another Waxbane Baku, but yeah, we're just gonna take the rampant growth. This is a 1, this is a 3. Yeah. Eldrazi Temple would be a pretty sweet thing to pick up if we got more like Artisan of Kozilek, which was in pack 2, I believe. Here I'm okay picking up another Helium Squirter. Don't particularly want Thrive. Alloy Mirror might be better. Yeah, actually, let's take the Alloy Mirror. There's a lot of artifacts in this pack, too. This was our first pack. I'm going to pick up a Sphere of the Suns. Commune with Nature might be okay, but Sphere of the Suns is definitely a card that I can see myself playing. I'd rather have that. Here, I'm going to take the Moonlit Strider and put it in the sideboard. Not a huge fan of Telling Time. I'm a huge fan of Spirits, so... yeah, so we've got some booms, and we've got some ramp, and hopefully that will do the trick. Here, I'm going to take the Evolving Wilds over, or the Aquastrand Spider over the Evolving Wilds. The reason being, 2 drops are important. We have Tezzer's Gambit. There's a good chance that we'll get more Proliferate stuff. So Aquastrand Spider is pretty good with that. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with being green-blue. Here, I'm going to take the Dread Drone. There is a chance that we are in black. I'm not particularly interested in an expedition map, and Dread Drone is a nice way to ramp. Here, Dragon Soul Knight is pretty sweet, but I'm going to take the Sundering Vitae. It's definitely a solid sideboard card. Might even be main deck playable given the amount of artifacts that are in this set. Matt Cariator's Wield, so I'm going to take it. It's not a particularly interesting card in this deck quite yet, but we do have Rampant Growth and Wayfarer's Bauble, so we might get the benefit of it being a 3/3 or even 4/4/5/5. We'll see. Cards that I would like to pick up, Etched Oracle and ooh, Ant Queen, you say? I will definitely pick up this Ant Queen. There's also a Remand in this pack, but come on, Ant Queen, that card wins games. Also, Remand is probably going to be worth like $2. Less than that. When Cytoclast Rootkin enters the battlefield, put a 1/1 counter on each other creature you control with a 1/1 counter. That's pretty sweet. But yeah, Ant Queen is definitely one of those cards that can win you the game. So we're definitely taking it. Shoot. I need to spend more time in these packs. Gonna do that. Yeah, but especially the ability to just slam Ant Queen with a bunch of lands in play. It's a pretty sweet prospect to me. Okay, here we have a couple of options. Rootkin Ally is a 6/6, but it has Convoke, so it's actually probably going to be cheaper. Tap 2 untapped creatures you control, it gets +2/+2 at end of turn, not something I'm extremely interested in. Uh, Another helium squirter, again, not something I'm extremely interested in. I would really like a Kozilek's Predator, though. When it enters the battlefield, put 2 1/1 colorless Eldrazi spawn creature tokens. They have sacrifice this creature, add 1 to your mana pool. Eldrazi spawn are pretty useful, especially in a deck that's looking to poop out a bunch of Ant Queen tokens. So, happy to take it. Here, I could take the Wrecking Ball and plan on splashing it. There's also an Aqua Strand Spider and a Cloud Elemental. Cloud Elemental, I think, seems really good if I get a lot of graft things. Let's see, Dread Drone makes 2 as well. Wrecking Ball is something I could consider splashing, though. I could just be Domain. I think the upside of taking Wrecking Ball is much higher than like the downside of not taking one of these 2 cards or another Helium Squirter, so I'm going to take it. I mean, I already have Sphere of the Suns, Rampant Growth, Alloy Mirror. There's a Novagen Sages in this pack I could take. There's also a Sunforger, which would be pretty interesting considering I can get Wrecking Ball with the ability. I think... I don't have a lot of proliferate cards yet, though, is the thing. I think I'm going to take the Sunforger because, well, like, equipment isn't necessarily incredibly good in this draft format. Having it would be nice. So, it's a 3 mana equipment that gives +4/+0. Excuse me. And, unattached Sunforger. Search your library for a red or white instant card with converted mana cost 4 or less, and then cast that card without paying its mana cost. Then shuffle your library, and then it equips for 3. Here, I'm going to take the Ulamog's Crusher. It is an 8/8 and Annihilator 2 for 8, so it gives me a lot of good stuff to do with my mana. There is a Skyreach Manta in here, but I'm not particularly interested in that. There's also an Evolving Wilds, which would be nice to have. Okay, let's see. Here, there's an Incandescent Soulstoke. Other elemental creatures you control get +1/+1. Not necessarily playing that deck. Conclave Phalanx. I think I just want the Kabu Primarch. It has Kicker 4, and then it Convoke, so it's a 3/3 for 4, and if it was kicked, it enters the battlefield with 4 1/1 counters on it, which is pretty reasonable. Here... Oh, Algae Gharial. Just kidding. This card is really good. There's also Skyreach Manta, Plummet, Evolving Wilds, and Wayfarer's Bauble. Algae Gharial is a 1/1 with Shroud, and whenever another creature dies, you may put a 1/1 counter on Algae Gharial. So that card is incredibly good in a set that has a bunch of Eldrazi spawns. Here, I could take Plummet, or Vapor Snag, I guess. I'd rather have the Bone Splinters, though. Bone Splinters allows me to make use of Dread Drone tokens, for example. It looks to me like we're going to end up in like a base green deck. I would like more flyers. Here, pretty happily taking Steady Progress. Proliferate, draw a card is fine, especially when I have a couple of things that mess around with counters. Other things that I would like, probably just more, Scatter the Seeds and Nest Invader. Nest Invader is a 2/2 for 1 and a green that enters the battlefield accompanied by a 0/1 Eldrazi spawn token. Which seems pretty good. Here, I think I just take the... Wrath and Flame seems okay. Culling Dice is fine. I think I'm just going to take the Otherworldly Journey. We do have a couple of things like Plockworm that would be pretty funny to Otherworldly Journey. So, I'm going to take it. We haven't gotten a Muldrifter yet either. I would love a Muldrifter. Ooh, we wheeled this Aquastern Spider, so I'm happily going to take that. 2/2s for 2 with upside. Very good. And then we have the 2 uh, proliferate spells that will be pretty useful for us, I think. So this deck is shaping up quite nicely. I'm going to take the Thoughtcast, yeah, Thoughtcast. I'm probably not going to play it. Ooh, Skyreach Manta Wield. Ooh, Spirits is so open. Skyreach Manta is, in this deck, probably a 4/4 for 5. Can use nature, can go in there. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, I know for sure the only color that I am in for sure is green. I definitely have the wherewithal to move around some stuff. I'll pretty happily take a second Plockworm, honestly. Kind of sucks to be passing Kozilek's Predator, but Plockworm is just the nut. Spike Shot Elder is very good, but not in the deck that we're playing, so I'm okay passing it. Here, Oblivion Ring is reasonable, Scatter the Seeds is reasonable, Arrest is also reasonable. Thrumming Bird is good too. Let's see. Huh. I'd like to just take Thrumming Bird, I think. We're not super worried about this Oblivion Ring. I have Sundering Vitae. Scatter the Seeds is a good card, but Thrumming Bird I think will be better. Or we could splash for this Burst Lightning. Just saw this. Never mind. We're taking the Burst Lightning. Burst Lightning is removal. Removal is good in this deck. And done. We're done. Got everything we need. Love to wheel the Scattering Seeds. Or even the Ally Mirror. Selesnya Guildmage. You can pay 4 to put a 1/1 Sapling token onto the battlefield, or you can pay 4 to give creatures you control +1/+1 until end of turn. That seems pretty good. We might not even be playing these blue cards. Or the Skyreach Manta. I'm okay just splashing for removal. Again, Nest Invaders would be pretty good. Selesnya Guildmage is a nice mana sink though, alongside Ant Queen. It's also very good with Algae Garial. I'm pretty happy taking this Golgari Rot Farm over not a lot else. There's a Cranial Plating, a Cathodian, but Golgari Rot Farm is on color to a degree, so happy to take that. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be playing these blue cards. Probably not going to be playing Sunforge either, but we'll see. We'll see. Here, Sigil Blessing is really good with a bunch of counters, or tokens, but I think I just want another Algae Garial. Especially if we will, like, Scattering the Seeds. Matka Rider's probably not going to make the cut. Ooh, Scion of the Wild, you say. Scion of the Wild is power and toughness are equal to the number of creatures you control, which is pretty good when the plan right now is to just churn out a bunch of tokens. He also gets pumped by Graft and so forth. Yeah, we're hopefully going to ramp pretty hard. Wrecking Ball is a hilarious card, just so you know, because it can destroy lands. And you know what kind of lands people play? Bounce lands. Bounce lands can be destroyed by Wrecking Ball. I think I just want to take this Demir Aqueduct now that I have, like, my 20 or so or 23 cards. Sylvan Bounty is a reasonable pick up as well as, like, a Gnarlid pack. But yeah, we're just gonna take the bounce land here. Um, hmm. I think I actually just want Everflowing Chalice in this pack. I don't have a lot of proliferate, but I have enough to the degree that I want, to be able to play this card. I'm just gonna hate draft this Spike Shot Elder. Not gonna play it. I wonder. Sunforger might not be good now that I don't have a bunch of flyers to put on it. But we'll see if I actually end up playing. Let's see. I could take this out and maybe the Dread Drone. Ooh, Scatter the Seeds did wheel. Okay. Restless Apparition is so good, by the way, just so you know. Scatter the Seeds is probably a 3-drop. We have a bunch of 2s. So Scatter the Seeds, pretty good, especially with double Algae Gharial. This deck needs some sort of overrun effect, probably, but I'm over it. We're gonna take the flyer. This actually has a couple of things that I can hit in our deck, so that's pretty sweet. Take a second Sundering Vitae. Man, Spirits was so open this game. I'm gonna take the Sylvan Bounty. It's Thrive and Wings of Velasvel are not great in this deck. Ooh, Eldrazi Temple Wield though. I don't have that many. I only have the Crusher, so I'm not super interested in that. But double Sylvan Bounty, sweet. So I kind of want to play 16 lands with this, especially since we have Rampant Growth, Wayfarer's Bauble, Sphere of the Suns, Everflowing Chalice, and 2 Sylvan Bounties, and an Alleyweir. I might end up in 5 colors here, just because that's what my deck tends to. That's what I tend to do anyway. So we're going to take this and put it over here, because it's technically a 2-drop. Burst Lightning and Bone Splinters seem very good in this deck to me. Alleyweir is mana fixing. Tezzer's Gambit is over here. Remember's probably over there. I mean, we do have 2 7s and an 8, so maybe playing all of my mana is not a terrible thing to do. Could play Skyreach Manta, I suppose. No. Yeah, I can see playing Skyreach Manta. Skyreach Manta, I've got 3 colors here, plus the Wrecking Ball mana, plus... Yeah, that should be fine. And Burst Lightning could be a 5-drop, by the way, which means that, like, splashing for it isn't necessarily a terrible thing to do. Oh yeah, but I have to make some cuts. Right. Forgot about that. Not sure about Everflowing Chalice in this deck, but, like, we have so many big things that I kind of want to play it anyway. I have to cut 2 things. Yeah, I think I can get away with playing 17 lands in this deck too. Sphere of the Suns is the worst of my mana fixing. Wayfarer's Bauble is so much better. Rampant Growth is better. Sylvan Bounty is fine. Maybe we can cut a Sylvan Bounty too. So then we have 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces of mana fixing. Yeah, I'm happy with that. And then we have, so this is a double green card. Alamir might be able to incidentally pump it, but it's double green. Black, black. Oh, let's combine groups. Sort by color. So this is like colorless, basically. This is 5 colors. This is green. I have 2 black cards already, so I need 1 swamp. No islands. No plains, I mean. 1 swamp. Yeah, 1 swamp should be fine. 2 red sources. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. 15. Oh, 15. There it is. Yeah, alright. And a bunch of forests, because I do want to be able to hit things like remnant growth, sign of the wilds, algae, gharial right away. So yeah, we'll see how this goes. It might be better to include my flyers here. Air Servant is a good card. Helium Squirter is a good card. But instead of playing those, I'm playing Removal, which I'm okay with. So we're actually just going to submit like this and move on with our lives. Thanks for watching. I will see you in round 1. My name's Morgan, and stay cool, guys.